like that, but I'm going to try to explain as best as I can. But all of that is just building up in our system in a bad way. So it's damaging as we put it in there, and it's over time that it's going to affect us in a bigger and greater way, and it's going to be a negative result. So that's just kind of a side note on what I've been researching. So you guys do your own research with that as far as like the Eastern and Western medicine. It's crazy. I'll be sharing more of that as I learn. I learned a lot today, but I don't want to share all of it right now because that's not what this video is fully supposed to be about. But so that's kind of how I would connect, spiritual nutrition and my experience. I just honestly feel it, everything that I put in my body. And whenever I put good things in my body, and whenever I am fueling my body, I just naturally just feel better. I naturally feel more connected. That's the best way I can explain it. And as I kind of tell this over and over again, of course, I think I'm going to get better with sharing it. But you guys are my peeps. You guys are my community here. So I felt like this is the first place that I should share it. And hopefully those of you that don't think I'm crazy kind of connect, or will do your own research too and kind of see what I'm talking about. Or maybe you'll at least try the tips that I'm about to give you. So out of the research that I did, and of course, my own knowledge and my own experience, and some of this is going to be pretty much a no-brainer and things that you probably already know, but the worst things that you can have in your daily diet or in your diet in general is going to be substitute sugars. You guys, sugar is like the worst thing that you could have in your meal plan, in your diet, whatever you want to call it. And I know for me, for instance, like I've been eating, actually, like I'll be totally honest, I've been eating a lot of sugar lately, like donuts, like, chocolate, like this and that. And as you guys pop on, say hello, and feel free, you can definitely share this as well. But, I've noticed that I've been eating more sugar and, obviously more chocolate, like stuff like that. And I honestly can tell you, like, I feel my energy deplete. I feel more tired. I haven't really worked out in the past few days just because, honestly, my body's just been naturally just really tired. So I took some days off. But so one of the things that is pretty much the worst thing that you could have in your diet is sugar. And as I go through these things, you guys, it's going from the worst to not the best, but I guess not as bad. So the first one is substitute sugars, or any sugar of any kind. The next one is preservatives, obviously. Pesticides, alcohol, that was on the list as well. Like I mentioned, like any form of alcohol, any amount of alcohol is bad for you. It's a poison. White flour, butter, dairy is a big one. Animal proteins, fried foods, of course, and meat. Dairy is another big one, you guys. I wasn't eating any kind of dairy for like the longest time, and then I started bringing it back in my diet, and honestly I noticed such a big difference, and I'm trying to recover from it now. I'm trying to take it back out of my diet. But when I was pretty much fully vegan, I noticed my skin cleared. I noticed I felt better. I felt more energized, after I kind of got my flow with what I should be eating. And I naturally have cystic acne, so like I usually get acne and breakout and things like that. And when I took dairy out of my diet and took like pretty much most of these things out of my diet, I noticed that I had clearer skin. Now that I brought it back, I'm actually breaking out a lot more. I have like a lot under here, which they told me that it might be hormonal issues and this and that, but honestly it's either that or a dairy allergy. And to be quite honest, you guys, dairy is not meant to be in the human body. Even if we think that we process dairy okay, it's doing much bigger things internally that we don't know. It shows up on our face on some people, and it can show up in different areas on different people, and sometimes it may not show up at all that we may see visibly, but it does have a big effect on the inside as well. So I wanted to share those things with you as far as what shouldn't be in our diet. And I don't say that to overwhelm you. I don't say that to make you feel bad. I just say that so you could be aware, right? Because when we know better, we do better, right? Or at least we should do better. And just know with me saying this, you guys, like, it's all a process. You can't just go home today and throw out all your groceries and say that you're not going to eat dairy, you're not going to eat sugar and this and that, because your body will freak out and you're going to feel like total crap, okay? It is a process, and that is what I'm here for, to kind of help you, or not to kind of, but to help you start the process and ease into everything. And that's where you start to build that healthy lifestyle as well. And it's going to be, obviously, it's a process, and it's at your own pace, and you kind of find your groove and everything that's best for you personally. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you guys. And then I wanted to go back to the alcohol thing, just because, you know, I've done different research too, and I've heard different people on when they stop drinking alcohol, or when they stop taking medication, or they stop doing drugs, how they feel more spiritually connected. So I'm not exactly sure how that works. But again, like, I can tell you, when I was drinking heavily, and when that was a big part of my life, and even when I started being more spiritually connected, whenever I would do that, I would feel so disconnected. And so, you guys, if that is you, and that is something that you are doing, and maybe you are trying to explore and maybe get more spiritual and get more connected to God, the universe, whatever that is for you, I would say, if you're struggling with alcohol, if you're struggling with drugs, or, you know, maybe it's just, I feel like there's nobody in here that's necessarily like addicted, but I feel like it's more of like a really, really bad habit, or you probably binge like I did, or you just can't have one, right? And that's binging. So if that is an area that you are struggling with, and you want to get more spiritually connected, and you want to be better, you want to feel better, you want to have more energy, then I would suggest you obviously scaling back on that drug, or on alcohol, whatever that may be. And then I would also recommend that you add in some meditation as well. And then you will truly feel the difference with that. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And then as far as the tips on getting more spiritually connected and what has helped me, obviously I pretty much already said it, but number one is just start eating better, you guys. Start fueling your body with better things, okay? It doesn't mean to overthink it, but if you know, I mean, if you had a piece of cake and a piece of fruit, obviously, right? And if you want cake, if you want cookies, sure, you guys, like, go ahead, but there's always a healthier version for everything that you're eating right now. Always a healthier version. Maybe you have to make it yourself, or maybe you have to find a different bakery that has healthier things. Then go do it. There's always a solution, and there's always different resources that we can use to live a happier and healthier life, okay? So that's number one. Start eating better. Just start somewhere. If you need some direction in that, because sometimes we may think that we're doing something right, or we might think that something's healthy and it's not. And again, you guys, like, don't try to do it alone. If you have somebody, like, or you have a coach like me that can help you, and like that knows exactly what you have to do to get started, and that can tell you exactly what you need to do to get results and to get you on the path that you want to get on, then contact that person, whether that be me or somebody else. Because if not, you're just wasting time. If you absolutely have no idea what you're doing, you know, you're going to end up getting frustrated. You're going to end up fizzling out. And you're going to end up just not doing it, and then you're just going to be back in the same spot, right? And what does that leave you? That leaves you probably with less money, because you probably spent it on whatever to get that quick fix, or wasted time, right? And time we can't get back. The next thing I mentioned already is meditation. So, and some of you might already be doing this. Some of you might be kind of playing with it. Some of you might even think like you're crazy, like, I'm not trying meditation. That's for like the hippies. But you guys, like, when I started doing meditation, freaking changed my life, changed how I reacted to things, changed how I connected spiritually, or how spiritually connected I was. And now I notice, like, when I don't meditate, I kind of notice not necessarily a disconnect, but it's just not that good high vibe feeling, that connection feeling that I like having. And so meditation, and it didn't happen right away, you guys. Like, I think it took me like at least a month to kind of get my groove with it, and then kind of to really feel the benefits of doing meditation. But that is such a huge one. And the third one is exercising, you guys. Like, once we start exercising and getting in tune with our body, yoga is really good. I've been trying to get more into yoga because that's another great thing. It helps with your breathing. It helps you get flexible. It helps stretch your body. And it just helps you get more in tune with your body. Okay, so I just wanted to share that different perspective with healthy nutrition, and with moving your body, and with getting in tune with your mind and having a healthy mindset, because I feel like that's so important. And you guys, when you have a healthy body and you have a healthy mind, when you have a healthy body and you start working on the mind, like the whole thing behind the spiritual nutrition is to what it does when you bring in those healthy foods in your body and bring in those things that fuel your body, it naturally quiets your mind. And that's the whole thing around this. It naturally quiets your mind, so you are open to get more spiritually connected, so you are more calm, so you're more open, so you what's the right word? I can't find the right word, but basically I'm just trying to explain it to you guys in a good way, and I feel like that's the best way, is when you're fueling your body, the whole goal behind that is obviously to fuel your body to feel good, but it also in turn quiets the mind. Okay, it makes the mind more peaceful. It clears out all the junk. When we are constantly eating crappy, when we are constantly fueling our minds with crappy stuff and this and that, like we're always on the go, right? We're always I feel like our mind is always going, because I've been there, and I'm there sometimes. Like our mind is always going. We're always rushing. We're always doing this. We're always doing that. And we never take time just to take a step back and breathe, right? To just sit and be peaceful, to just sit and feel, just sit and get in tune with our bodies and with God, the universe, whatever that may be for you. And that is such a big thing. And so I hope that kind of made sense as far as how good nutrition and how fueling your body really does connect to how you are connected spiritually. And I hope that my example of me and alcohol and me and binge eating and me and binge drinking and all that, how it affected me, I hope that really made sense to you guys. And like I said, if you have any questions or maybe something didn't make sense to you, definitely go ahead and comment below. But that's pretty much what my experience was with that. And again, like as I kind of evolve through this and as I learn more, I'll be able to, I feel like, say it to you guys in such a better way that you can maybe understand more. But I just feel like I was really called to share that with you guys. And I also wanted to share the little things that maybe you can change now or maybe add to your daily habits, you guys. And again, like as you do this or as you make these changes, don't look at it as in lack. Don't look at it as you're taking something out of your life. Look at it as what you are replacing that bad habit, right? Or you are replacing that bad food that is not serving you. There was a verse that I wanted to share with you guys, and I wrote it down. I can't find it, so I'll share it to you guys as soon as I get off. And basically it was a verse in the Bible that that talks about the body and things like that, and how obviously our body is our temple. We're very familiar with that, obviously, but it's so true. So it's so important for us to fuel our bodies and to fuel our minds and to fuel our souls to stay connected spiritually, or to just start getting connected spiritually, because I feel like that's really important. And it's been such a good impact in my life that I want you guys to be able to experience that as well. And I think those of us that are trying to get more spiritually connected, or maybe you are already spiritually connected and you want to grow that and get sorry, my phone's dying, and get a deeper connection, I feel like this is definitely the next step for you to take. And it's honestly, it's in your nutrition, and it's how you're fueling your mind and how you're fueling your body. Again, you guys, I'm not saying to go and not have fun. I'm not saying to, don't go have a donut or a piece of cake or a piece of cookie, whatever. But I'm saying be mindful of it, and that there's always healthy alternatives. And we want to feel good, right? We want to be energized. We don't want to be fueling our bodies with things that are just going to make us feel crappy, and that's going to make us feel shameful. That's going to make us just feel all the things that are not good, right? We want to feel good. We want to look good. We want to be confident, and we want to have that connection that I think a lot of us in here that are really wanting, or maybe you want to build that further. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. And again, if you have any questions, go ahead and comment below. And if you want to share this video, apparently you can share on here. So you can share it to your page if you found it helpful. And if you have anybody that would maybe benefit from this community, you guys, like definitely send them the link. Don't just add them in here, just because I hate when people do that. I hate when I'm being added to groups and I did not even like ask to be in them. So if you have anybody in your life or whatever that would benefit from this, just go ahead and share the link.